there's a little girl, and she is on the beach. She's on the beach with just running around with her grandfather, and she is essentially seeing all these starfish that got washed up on shore. And what she decided to do was she decided to walk up and pick all of them up one by one and throw them into the water, back into the sea. And then the grandfather says to her, you know, you can't save all these starfish. And then the little girl goes and says, I can save this one. I want to get better at storytelling. I don't know if that was really a good way of expressing the story. I'm sure you may have heard of this story, but essentially what it is the purpose of these videos that I create is to help one person, to help a single person. And I said in my biggest goal, the vision for my channel, the vision for my life, is to be able to essentially help lots of people at mass scale, but it starts by helping one starfish at a time. You are the starfish, or whatever you want to ask. And the thing is that, here's the thing, like the biggest challenge with doing YouTube channels and having a full-time job and having a family and then working on other things in my business, it becomes very challenging to do this. It becomes challenging because there's just not much time. But one thing I can do to help people on mass scale is, one, I have an email list. So if you're not on my email list, there's a link on the screen that you can click on if you like to get more daily updates from me, because I write every single day. But if you're interested in more interacting with me on YouTube, because I know people like different medium, I'd like you to comment below. Do you have a question about fat loss, about strength gain? I know a lot of people followed me originally for powerlifting. I'm probably going to lose a lot of those followers simply because I'm not into powerlifting anymore. I still value powerlifting. I value strength. I love strength training. But on the other hand, you know, you can't have your whole life defined by strength training. I mean, sure, it's still a big important part. It's a big chunk. But it's not your whole life, you know. You're not going to destroy yourself just so that you can lift a ton of weight, you know. And again, it depends on where you're coming from. I mean, obviously, if you're in a collegiate sport or something, or maybe you're competing to be best in the world, well, that's different. But for the most part, it's 0.001% of people, right? If you're like Dmitry Klokov or something, right? But yeah, so if you have a question, I'd like to help you out. You know, what is it that what is the biggest challenge that you're having right now in your fitness, and losing body fat, and building strength, and staying motivated, and having confidence? Because that's, you know, I have a soft spot for people that are depressed. I really do. I have a soft spot for people that are suicidal. I have a soft spot for people that have terrible dads. And that should tell you a little bit about me without telling so much. And I say this because it's one of those things that I can relate with deeply. I struggle with the feeling of being fat. That I don't have it anymore, but I used to have this deep feeling of just being overweight and fat and ridiculed, and I hated how that felt. I mean, it gives me goosebumps. It makes me sick to my stomach. And if you've ever felt that way, you know, trust me, it's the worst feeling in the world, because, you know, for a long time I carried it with me. That's what makes it so bad. I carried that feeling with me for such a long time into my adulthood. You know, my inadequacies, lack of self-confidence. And it wasn't until I really got into doing YouTube videos and trying to help people through personal training that I've kind of sort of been able to break out of my shell in my own way, you know. So if you struggle with these things, you know, and you want some help, or maybe you have a question, I would love to interact with you, because I really do care. I want to help you. This is something that I'm passionate about. You know, there's nothing that I love more than hearing about the underdog, because, you know, I think everybody loves the underdog, but I'm telling you, when I was a kid, the thing that I loved the most is the story of the ugly duckling. And the reason why was because I've always felt like I was the ugly duckling. You know, I always felt, you know, this way. And another thing I'll mention, I'm here sitting in front of Target. There's a one of the things that I'm a big card gaming geek. I played Magic the Gathering a lot growing up. It's how I met most of my bestest of friends. And if you can play card games, let me know. I mean, I don't play anymore, but I love it. I love Hearthstone. I played Ascension for a while, and I love Magic the Gathering. I love all the nostalgia from it. Anything related around card gaming, because I had a who was it? Some guy was walking out and he was carrying a box of Catan, Settlers of Catan. I don't know if you know that game, but if you do. But essentially, this is for me to get more personal with my channel, to be more direct. At least some of these videos anyway. I'll still have some regular content videos eventually, but looking forward to hearing your comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.